Paul Thomas, Seneca Lake Wine Trail. With me today is Liz Leidenfrost, winemaker, co-winemaker?
Assistant winemaker, tasting room manager, cleaning lady, all those things.
Here at Leidenfrost Vineyards. You work in cooperation with your father, John Leidenfrost.
Yeah, gladly.
So tell us a little bit, if you would, about your winery, when it was founded, and some of the aspects about it.
As many people know, this region is, in the grand scope of things, fairly new, but there were some farms and some wineries, well, not wineries, but vineyards, you know, in the 40s, 50s, 60s. My grandfather bought the property in 1947, so I'm the third generation to grow grapes on this property. He was growing Vitis labrusca, so Catawba, Niagara, Concord, mostly for Welch's grape juice. He also had chickens and all sorts, a slew of other barnyard animals. But my father took over in like the mid 70s, and then in the late 80s he started the winery itself, probably 89, and then 90 we opened. And we've been a thriving part of the Seneca Lake Wine Trail since probably 93 or 94. So we're one of the older standing members of your establishment.
Exactly. Yeah. And you've got a lot of vineyards.
Yes, yes.
Tell us a little bit about your vineyards here.
I have 32 acres planted. We have the capacity to plant more. It takes a little deforestry, but we do have the capacity to go upwards of 50 acres of grapes, which will be nice eventually one day. We sell 2/3 of our grapes to other wineries, which I really love. Produce a very scaled down small amount of wine, and then sell the rest of the grapes to my neighbors and friends and people in the Catskills and people in Syracuse, whoever is in the market for great quality Seneca Lake wine grapes.
And even though you're not on your business name, Leidenfrost Vineyards, it doesn't refer to you being an estate winery. Effectively, you are. Is that correct?
Yeah.
More or less, pretty much all the wine you guys sell here out of the tasting room is made from grapes you've grown on location.
Oh, absolutely. If I do purchase any juice or grapes at all, it's for experimentation purposes, not actual production purposes.
Gotcha.
I produce 100% of the grapes that we use to make wine and sell it in our tasting room.
And you have a neat building. The tasting room's definitely a distinctive look. European, barn, kind of exposed beams.
It's called a timber frame style or a half timber style.
Thank you.
It's modeled after an Austrian type design, but it also has elements of maybe an Amish influence as well as, you know, an upstate New York style, I think, as well.
And you have an art studio.
Yeah, we have an art
revolving
gallery.
artists on display?
Yes, there are many spectacular local artists in this area, and we really love to showcase what they have to offer, especially the broad spectrum of things that they have to offer. Right now we've got photography, but we've done everything from sculpture to quilting to nudes, male nudes, which people loved.
Susan loves, I'm sure.
Yes, Susan
As a plug to Susan.
She's over there laughing, yeah.
So tell me about, of the wines you make, is there any particular wines or grapes or style that you're particularly passionate about?
I'm passionate about red wine. I love red grapes. I love red wine. I think the Finger Lakes is unfortunately, they don't get the credit they deserve for the reds that we produce and grow, and I really think that we need to push Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and also Syrah, Pinot Gris. Well, Pinot Gris is a white wine, but some of those more vinifera style wines and less focused on Niagara, Catawba, and those Labrusca
the traditional stuff, right.
So I'd love to see some more European varietals and things spring up in this area. And it is happening. Slowly but surely it is happening.
I agree.
Yeah.
And so you alluded earlier to, you whilst you have, 32 acres planted, you have the capacity to plant several more acres if you're inclined to. So what new grapes might you be planting, and what other new things might be looking forward to out of Leidenfrost Vineyards?
We just planted Gruner Veltliner, which is an Austrian white varietal, very crisp.
It's getting real popular too.
Our neighbors have a sparkling, it's wonderful. Gamay, which is a kind of a lighter, fruitier, but still very full mouthfeel red wine that makes great rosé. So eventually maybe make that into rosé. And just planting more Cab Sauv, more Pinot, things that we can really sell to other wineries because they don't quite have the elevation to grow it. So if I can plant a block and sell it all to one contractor every year, great.
Life is good.
Great, done, you know, and that pays for planting the grapes and the maintenance and the time and energy that it takes to make them into really quality ripe fruit.
Right, right. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I am very passionate about this area. I think this area is really the mecca for do-it-yourselfers. And I think people who really want a real rustic experience, but not a backwoods experience, a very cultured experience. They can grow their own fruit and their own vegetables, and they hunt their own game. And I think everybody in this area should be commended for blazing their own trail and for kind of creating this community that's really unique. And to borrow from Ithaca, you know, surrounded by reality, I really feel like it's surreal to live here and be part of this, and I'm very lucky, and I think people should really appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. Liz Leidenfrost, Leidenfrost Vineyards, assistant winemaker, tasting room manager, and performance artist on the side.
Yes, secret performance artist on the side. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you so much for coming.